Well, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Plants and Gardens expert Craig Hicknight is here joining us in studio. And yeah, we basically at this point, I would say, it feels all right outside.
It's feeling a little more like spring every day, but you know, Andrew's got a way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, we tell 'em
Well,
every day.
don't forget, send your questions in on our Facebook page right now. We're going to start going ahead and bringing them to you.
So I'll go ahead and start off. And Joe Owen said, should I be fertilizing my inside plants right now?
Well, you can still let them coast for a while. Usually we would start picking up the fertilization at about Easter as the days are getting a little longer, a little brighter. Right now, once a month is more than enough during the dead of winter.
And then we have, I do believe it's Midnight. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. She said, I'm already planting my garden this year. That's great. And then Theo said, my grass doesn't appear to be dormant. It's quite green. Is this a problem?
No. It's just that, you know, all lawns are different. I mean, if you've got a zoysia lawn, it's as brown as this wood right here. Some lawns are still pretty green. Maybe it's because you've used enough fertilizer on it. Right now, they are dormant. There's still frost in the ground. As soon as the weather warms up, they're all going to turn green and start growing like mad again.
And then Tammy asked, Clementine's sapling, I hope I'm saying that right, from seeds, 6 in tall, 3 in wide. When to prune?
You're doing much better than me, by the way, with the pronunciation.
The clementine, this is a citrus, one of the small oranges. The problem is that you're probably never going to see fruit from this plant, but you're going to prune according to the amount of room that you can give it. I always tell people, stand back, look at the area that you have to fill with this plant, let it grow out to that, and then keep it pruned within that parameter. Don't let it get way out of control, because then you have to do much heavier pruning to get it back under control. So a little bit of pruning now would not hurt, but I mean, just nipping tips is all we're talking about right now.
All right.
When is the best time to split rhubarb?
Rhubarb can be split as it starts to show signs of life in the spring. Of course, you know, we're going to start saying this a lot. Let the ground thaw out, dry out. You don't want to be working in muddy soil. But as soon as the rhubarb is showing signs of life, you can go ahead and start digging and dividing at that point.
Alrighty, and speaking of rhubarb, Nicole said rhubarb crown is in the lettuce crisper. If he can dig in his garden, can he plant the rhubarb crown?
Well, again, we've got frost, and even if it's not frosty, it's going to be like modeling clay out there. So I would say at this point, I would still keep that little fella in the crisper for a while. You could go ahead and pot it up about early to mid-April if you've got a really nice sunny window. Give it a little jump start before you finally put it out in the garden, which I'm going to guess is probably not going to be much before Mother's Day.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And then we have, let's see, you guys have so many coming in. We will get to all of you after the break.
Great.
But let's do, Mary, I'm getting some hellebores, is that? Yes!
Right.
3 for 3 in the mail, 3 in pots. How do I plant them into my garden?
The green thumb over here.
Yeah, hellebores, Lenten roses. I will tell you that what they really appreciate is shade, and actually dry shade. I had some at the house that were planted right up in the roots of a big old ash tree, and they did just wonderfully there. So, you know, dry shade is what the hellebore is going to want in the garden. And if they're happy, just like mine, they'll start to spread.
All right, well, we're about to have more coming your way, right, Nina?
We're going to take a really quick short break, but keep sending them in. He'll get his iPad fixed
Together.
up, and we're going to learn how to pronounce, but Craig knows everything, so we'll be right back.